Our major concerns regarding the cut of the project, that's the expansion project, is the fact that it's a reversal of a huge developmental project for Guyana that will take us into the next century and the next level of international air transport. It's extremely unfortunate. What comes to mind is the sanctity of contracts as well. This is a case where the government of Guyana signed a contract with an agency. As a result of that contract, secured a loan, which you can't get unless you have a contract, an understanding. All of that was done, and for this process to be reversed, and I hope that the opposition can take a hard relook at what they've done in terms of cutting the Chedijagan International Airport Development Project. One wonders about the reputation of Guyana, what it will do to the reputation of Guyana. Is it that the executive is empowered in 1 year, then disempowered in another year? It seems as though not much thought has gone into the cutting of this project. The reversal of a contract has extreme limitations for the signatories to that contract. There are costs associated with squashing a contract. There are costs associated with reversing the contractors who are on the ground. So I wonder at the real rationale behind cutting the project out of the budget. I want to also comment on the domestic air transport budget that was cut. For years, many of us have lobbied for the development of all of our airstrips in the interior. These airstrips drive the gold mining sector and other mining sectors. They drive the medivacs into the interior. And the forestry sector is also driven in a limited way by an efficient domestic air transport sector. The management of Ogle Airport International has been very instrumental in developing that sector. And it's unfortunate that after all of these years, the government has committed money to the development of these airstrips, and suddenly, when it's allocated, they can't execute these projects. It's extremely unfortunate, and I want to appeal to the opposition members of parliament to rethink and demand whatever information they require from the government of Guyana, but please rethink the cutting of the air transport sector generally in Guyana. I believe that they can reinstate, and I have a great difficulty with the opposition only being able to generate a discussion after having come up with an amendment. It would appear as though that's the only way a discussion can be generated. We need to create other parliamentary mechanisms to be able to speak freely, like we do at the board meeting in a private company. This thing about proposing amendments and the whole country goes into panic and then the information is provided, it sets Guyana back. We are like a yo-yo every time it comes to budget time. We're like a yo-yo. The whole country panics and everybody wonders if they're going to get a salary tomorrow, and then it's reinstated, and then it's, I think we need to have a smoother function in Parliament. The airport is in a design phase. The contract is in a design mode. From January to July, there is design taking place, consultations going on with stakeholders, suggestions from everyone, stakeholders generally, what we should do, how we should design the interior of the airport. The design of the runway is being worked on by technical people. So that design phase is going to last from January to July, around July. So to answer your question quite simply, yes, the project has started. and the contractors are on the ground.